challenge where your sound system is from, and how long it's gonna last to the max, the maximum. On the drums my tactics become, and how fast a rap will snatch out your tongue. I'll keep a low profile, I won't budge or mold to a form that you can dispose of. Cause with no love it's like getting money for sex, and I'd rather make a living off of coming correct. Started the age of 15, I'm seeing a pipsqueak is out to convince me it will never make history. When all the disapproval didn't settle me at ease, this chemistry prevented any reason I would leave. Yet withdrawn and unavailable was from the harm of I'm always being told I don't belong in this, I'm wrong, a mistake. Given the form of the human race to lay awake over having debate my inner strength. I wanna kill the beat and leave it a crime scene, even if you were to drop on needles and pine trees. So the mic doesn't function after the punishment that I confronted with. It didn't know what it was up against. I was brought up and raised with instructions of trumpets to play on the day of my judgment. Until then, my name is I'll end your whole label, the scapegoat to blame when the change is ungrateful. I challenge where your sound system is from, and how long it's gonna last to the max, the maximum. On the drums my tactics become, and how fast a rap will snatch out your tongue. I'll keep a low profile, I won't budge or mold to a form that you can dispose of. Cause with no love it's like getting money for sex, and I'd rather make a living off of coming correct. When it was concrete floor underneath the cardboard, serving any person out to report it's not yours. I'm immature, arguing for the sake of an argument with invisible artists is a way to be a part of this. Erase and take, waste what I made in the basement and had other tapes to exchange. I was anxious, however what I'd offer was unique. Same they used to criticize me, want a new album released, and my incentive isn't been to sit among the legends at a table filled with other visionary men and women, bringing out the car as you pass someone who's noticing the tracks up to the max, the maximum. I'm authentic, paid dues, I'm cool-headed to move this entire room with a new sentence. They said I'd only be jaded and staying broke, but it's the most anticipated album I ever wrote. I challenge where your sound system is from, and how long it's gonna last to the max, the maximum. On the drums my tactics become, and how fast a rap will snatch out your tongue. I'll keep a low profile, I won't budge or mold to a form that you can dispose of. Cause with no love it's like getting money for sex, and I'd rather make a living off of coming correct. Over the years my inner demons consider me a genius, and the evil in the world couldn't touch me at my weakest. I feel the pressure of the city, it's unsettling with the level of intensity for us to benefit. And saw walls I bounced off to fall, the obstacles they've called impossible. I've gone too far to quit, drift apart from this, disregard my heart and switch who's in charge of it. I'll treat crowds of 10 as crowds of 10,000 outside of shows and ciphers freestyling. Money for their waxes, local cafes to put them in the sun, make them the shape of an ashtray. Cause I'm gonna challenge where your sound system is from, and how long it's gonna last to the max, the maximum. On the drums my tactics become, and how fast a rap will snatch out your tongue. I'll keep a low profile, I won't budge or mold to a form that you can dispose of. Cause with no love it's like getting money for sex, and I'd rather make a living off of coming correct. I said we're gonna challenge where your sound system is from, and how long it's gonna last to the max, the maximum. On the drums my tactics become, and how fast a rap will snatch out your tongue. I'll keep a low profile, I won't budge or mold to a form that you can dispose of. Cause with no love it's like getting money for sex, and I'd rather make a living off of coming correct. Come correct, come correct, come correct, come correct, come correct.
We've only just begun to feel the fire roll.
All right, just stay at your tables, ladies and gentlemen. This is all part of the show.
It's so hip not to care, but I do. It's so hip not to care, but I do. For others to respect who I am, it isn't worth it to fail if they're only looking at me on the surface of who I am, unless I'm taking what is theirs. So I do what I gotta do until they know I'm here. Yeah, the disrespect you have to bear, it isn't worth it to fail if they're only looking at you on the surface. Cause they don't worry unless you're taking what is theirs. Either do what you gotta do or move, nobody cares. For the ones who didn't have the time to waste it on the privileges of being young and knew that it was slipping through their fingertips, who told me who they were before, what they might have did, but they decided not to be the father like they had as kids. And it's for prisoners in neighborhoods you live, when the store around the corner doesn't mean you ever been. To the ones who told me that I can't afford to make them smile if I don't throw a small fortune at them if we're going out. This is for the ones I've come across, I had to be excused when your clothes were holding more personality than you. The ones who have to add me to the list of broken promises unless I turn them on without a meaning to an argument. The people after that I met to get to know act as if we never spoken of the reasons why we don't. To those who, if they lost a fight outnumbered, wouldn't care. It's more important if they had to fight, you knew that they were there. For others to respect who I am, it isn't worth it to fail if they're only looking at me on the surface of who I am, unless I'm taking what is theirs. So I do what I gotta do until they know I'm here. Yeah, the disrespect you have to bear, it isn't worth it to fail if they're only looking at you on the surface. Cause they don't worry unless you're taking what is theirs. Either do what you gotta do or move, nobody cares. It's so hip not to care, but I do. It's for those who see no problem if religion's in their lives, to avoid a wrong decision using God as on their side. A person who's ashamed of who they are from what they're given and might ruin everything until they're doing nothing with it. To the ones who always say I didn't have it like I'm growing up, or they never been alone to know when they were old enough, who grieve the memories they haven't overcome, treating others as the same and how it felt to have it done. For the ones who really want to change but they aren't ready yet, drink it till it's maybe this as good as it'll ever get. For all the people yelling at the counter over fast food, soundproof the home with vocals in their bathroom, the mean mugging holding grudges on a weak budget, who only need $11 and they're free from it. The rich or poor middle class who doesn't speak of it. The things you hide behind is always gonna be the toughest. For others to respect who I am, it isn't worth it to fail if they're only looking at me on the surface of who I am, unless I'm taking what is theirs. So I do what I gotta do until they know I'm here. Yeah, the disrespect you have to bear, it isn't worth it to fail if they're only looking at you on the surface. Cause they don't worry unless you're taking what is theirs. Either do what you gotta do or move, nobody cares. It's so hip not to care, but I do. Care, but I do. It's so hip not to care, but I do. But I do. It's so hip not to care, but I do. And it didn't take me a son, a baby daughter too. Check it out, 1, 2, yeah. They call me framework with each rhyme verse. I still buy wax and gotta play the B-side first. I came here to take the grown juvenile kids' allowances. Their hands are missing any microphone calluses. I'm going all world, touching every avenue. So once again the MC's voice is powerful. For my raps I can see your eyes begging me. Desperate as women inventing their own pregnancy. Of course I'm noticing your legs get sore on a wet floor. The club smelling funky as a pet store. And from now until my tombstone burial, make you wanna carry the whole boombox stereo. This is graph writing. You don't know who I am, leave my mark, then I'm gone with the wind. This song is for them, the ones who've been waiting for change. I'm catching everybody, this shit tagging over my pain. These days we take a moment's pause for another homie's gone. Cause people bite so much he didn't pack a holy cross. No water but garlic, forgot he couldn't mosey on. They're gonna throw him off only cause they go beyond. They say a lot of what I'm writing is my own mirage. I'm not pulling drugs out of cars in a closed garage. But I can tell by a fast-made poem, only indie they ever heard had a last name Jones. Whoa.
What is it? Pure rap music. What is it? Pure rap music.
We nasty in this.
What is it? Pure rap music. What is it? Pure rap music.
We nasty in this. Time devouring, do not be coward. This is my analysis on the challenges of being talented. Still every minute living his or her decision that I find a little midget trapped within your inner prison. My vision isn't only criticism you were missing. I'm frying all the bigger fishes and they've been delicious. These chumps really wanna offer you a nose job if the punch bowl is spiked like punk rock or mohawks. My life's surrounded by motherfuckers who sound foolish, trying to be harder than tulips, strawberries and Cool Whip. There's pain in our nation, so many faces. I'm numb as antidepressant medication. When the lyrics aren't supposed to save lives, you might die using them for a flotation device. I will continue rocking every house in a rhyme. My wind is stronger than the top of a mountain you climb. I stand alone with my lyrics, you could become trampled, and I don't ever have to roll thick as some love handles. I'm one man known from my state, the zone. The loyalists break the mold every place we go. Ho.
What is it? Pure rap music. What is it? Pure rap music.
We nasty in this.
What is it? Pure rap music. What is it? Pure rap music.
We nasty in this. Yo, I had a vicious hate for the inefficient taste. Now I infiltrate the kitchen space while they're fixing plates. Man, the weak is bulimic, so regardless, my flow gets the headlock as if it's under armpits. I'm so nice you probably wanna confirm. And my true colors checking for an even sunburns, especially ones idolizing Stilo face, thinking they got enough juice for a Judge Ito case. Just too many kids I consider notorious for telling me more stories than valedictorians, while the whole verbal army just got mauled, looking for their best shot like Lee Harvey Oswald. Plus, I got you clearing your throat, every DJ cool. My knowledge makes you wanna pre-plan school. Fast talkers, I will react sharper. You're a pen, I'm a fat black magic marker, you grasshopper. They might find I'm the thankful kind, but the naked cries for help shock enough to bring alive Frankenstein. Who would've thought it would get this far from the Bronx? Hip-hop's living on, sing along, come on.
What is it? Pure rap music. What is it? Pure rap music. We nasty in this. What is it? Pure rap music. What is it? Pure rap music. We nasty in this. What is it? Pure rap music. What is it? Pure rap music. We nasty in this. What is it? Pure rap music. What is it? Pure rap music. We nasty in this.
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna give you up. No matter how you treat me. And you think if you never gonna give you up. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna give you up. No matter how you treat me.
The team is major, I speak with flavor. Techniques so deep, I'm a freak in nature. In order particular, my words grip the listener. They turn and twist, they twist and turn. You know me, back to proceed, don't sleep. I wrote these acts, don't beats. The only that can't rap, you won't beat them. Go deep, max the whole scene low key. You're impotent, as a scan flu instrument. Pissed off, hot and blistering. Only got one line like a fisherman. I'm the daily nutritionist, magnificent. Witness it, studies will soon find new. Drugs don't scramble your brain, but I do. Y'all didn't want the loss, it's fun winning. I come with it, no thought is unfinished. It's subpar, which means that you must fall. Whatever you stuck on, unthawed, raws and buzz off. The future, too many a crew's gone to get in the mood lost. So whippity doo dah. You know I'm out of control, I may gather a flow to shake, rattle and roll, remain having the goal. I name travel the road, plain chatter result and stank grabbing your nose. Ridiculous, hunger the neck and peck, I admit it's a wonder I kick my shit. Meticulous with every number and zip your lip, yet I flip your wig. Interesting, cause
there's only one way for me to have peace, and that's for me to go out and rock the beat. There's only one way for me to have peace, and that's for me to go out and rock the beat. There's only one way for me to have peace, and that's for me to go out and rock the beat. Rock the beat, rock the beat, rock the beat, rock the beat, rock the beat.
I'm proving all these LMCs on impression. They become a thrill to feed my profession. You don't wanna deal with me like rejection. The room is full of air to breathe, calm collected. Apparently a rare disease, my enemies stare at me carefully, cause they could be haunted, lost and forgotten. Drop in monotonous thoughts when they're tossing. Exhausted in the office, in the process the clocking is a topic. Nothing is promised, tough as drill sergeant methods to build a hunt for Bin Laden. When I record, I'm planning, of course. You hand me the torch and family support. Can't leave before commanding the floor, landing aboard the Grammy Awards. You wanna see me drop while I teach you hip-hop like graffiti rock? Dish me, then you've got to pay for it. I'll smoke you more the trees in the rainforest. I'm inspired to sand, focus in a room full of broken mics. Some shows are dead, I just might have put a damper on, trying to camouflage. You're a fan of ours, it's sweet as grenadine. You need identity, the key remedy to feed my energy. I'll scrape away the faceplate of a mixer. DJs take the vacation, injured, imperative. I make tracks like heroin into your veins to experiment. I've been through the depths of hell and didn't roast. Went to the steps and yelled by impulse.
There's only one way for me to have peace, and that's for me to go out and rock the beat. There's only one way for me to have peace, and that's for me to go out and rock the beat. There's only one way for me to have peace, and that's for me to go out and rock the beat. Rock the beat, 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 rock the beat. and that's for me to go out and rock the beat. There's only one way for me to have peace, and that's for me to go out and rock the beat, 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 rock the beat.
Just because we're on top right now doesn't mean we can sit back and relax. Nah, bro, this is when shit get ill. People aren't gonna really understand what we've been doing at least for the next 10 years. We gotta keep pushing it to the next level.
Yo, you're strong as a wet napkin is. I drop more hot shit than a laxative. My feet to step on, the thing you don't do is if these old pair of shoes were brand new. I grew up when few existed. The rap in my skin, just that was different. Absorb a whole day of talking DJ and pass the cup back and forth with each train.
Cause this right here gets stuck in your mind. 6 life is in one of my lines, and you're retrained to bring light to the dark like a beat stain. Cause we came to sip some ale, kick some tail, and reclaim the MC game like a chick from a street gang while a boyfriend sits in jail.
While a shot in the game is your hook is large. Define your Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Was told the right path is holding their map, but got myself lost and found my own track. If you're the one who they need to see and I rhyme before you, the crowd leaves with me. I hold food for thought, not sold to go rotten. Rock from the coast to top.
And now you got me to rockin' now with my cocky side. I know it's not polite, and I don't wanna end up where the cops reside. But if the rest don't stop the fight, you could end up in a box tonight. I'm not a bad dude. The fact is you caught me in a bad mood. I've been on tour for months and got an attitude. I've been storing up, sure to bust some all the coffee and the fast food.
As I'm moving through the section they live, undetected while on the night shift. Tag my name on the back of them jackets, used in the street as home as their mattress.
I write the poems that might be slightly known for their madness. Fact is, I might condone that even though my lights are on, there ain't nobody home at my address.
It's all in a day's work. When you think of who's the freshest, you're recalling our names first. These other rappers don't belong on the same turf. Better send Falua, put the call in the framework.
I'm at the back of a rap show laughing, cause there's someone on stage, running in place with a lit cigarette, dripping and sweat, and I'm watching an asshole gasping. And it's a damn shame that someone his age with a band playing can't see that a couple paid fans came, but they're running away, and the kids will forget this man's name.
Yeah, I've always had those who told me I'm fake, who weren't born and raised the same place. Friends that give you as much as they can, unless they don't need you and you need them. Play a small club, others drinking up. Drink together where you're what they're thinking of. Yet I've only been a joke when the show begins, until I hit it with a flow and then it's over with.
Now get a load of this. That's what I say when I stroke a chick, or a critic wanna bet against my frozen wit. My spit's hit like a rolled up fist when I'm laying out my poker chips. I disappear like I don't exist at the first on a phoniness, and sip a beer to avert all my loneliness. It isn't weird, my thirst is my only miss.
And you know my infinite style is a must-have. I can pull an ill chick with $5 in a bus pass. You decide what it means to rhyme, as though I only write cause I need advice. Find me in crowds of people I'll meet to give my headphones and buy a CD. Here to return you in every last machine, send you back to the toy rap factory.
This has to be somewhat of another sick masterpiece, which has police dispatching fleets of squad cars to get the rock star Dick
I've seen that get killed by kindness to watch as it fades away, and put a smile on his throat with a razor blade, while out to get known for the microphone like a kid with a gun on his bicycle.
It's all in a day's work. When you think of who's the freshest, you're recalling our names first. These other rappers don't belong on the same turf. Better send Falua, put the call in the framework. It's all in a day's work. When you think of who's the freshest, you're recalling our names first. These other rappers don't belong on the same turf. Better send Falua, put the call in the framework.
Take mine, you'd have thought she was a rap after shot 8 times. Besides, her life was rich, it couldn't be treated poorly. Death always fucking with other humans like orgies. Enormous will from Denora Hill's story, it tore me. Using what more for even Nori. She had poetry in love with some Robert Frost, till dude became fishy without the tartar sauce. The crime to cease to violently, the time to leave society while rising free. My eyes can see the light of peace is guiding me off an island beach entirely. Denora was gonna fight as a human rights lawyer. You invite what I thought up on the mic for ya. Lost your spot in the classroom at Harvard Law. Accepted next year, might have been there in the fall. At the end of a lover's walk, he began to stalk. Followed her to work and he chased her in his car. Mother might have put her whole nose in the mix. The brick slashes on the tires of both of your whips. This is just another topic our planet ignores. I read before the guy taught an anger management course. For the liberation, nothing you wanna take. A state protection order form's not enough to keep you safe. I'll educate, pay my respects, honor the dead. She said she was living in fear, wants it to end. Yo, didn't deserve it to get murdered. Determined with his lurking, it's certain he wins. Hurting you, hurting again. Perfect and turning on him, jerking the bullet is in. Nursing from serving the bed, earning the verdict. I sit and observe, picturing her, wishing I didn't miss who you were. Visiting Earth until I heard.
Dry your eyes, remember the sky on a quiet night. December and times flying by, surrender, cry your entire life, forever inside. Dry your eyes, remember the sky on a quiet night. December and times flying by, surrender, cry your entire life, forever inside.
Just before a teen scene as a party rocker, with hip-hop magazine cut out in my locker, I lean toward my hoop dream being on the roster. Intrigued by MCs talking trashier than Oscar. She appears in a new seat for class, and she's bright enough to intimidate my ass. No one gonna take or eliminate our past. You were smoother than Adidas with the laces fat. It only suits communicating highly of your moves, as if my voice inhales the air in helium balloons. I'm drunk off your love, lit a cigarette backwards. How do I consolidate your living in the packed verse? Rest in peace, heal your family's grief. I'm sorry, he bought death from insanity cheap. Was he guided? Was anybody gonna remind him? Alive in solitary confinement is blinding. I've thought of him some days as I urinate, while the color of my piss drains like a hurricane. Enraged by all his ways, having you shook. You put out your hand, damn, now he's grabbing your foot. But over 500 attended the memorial chapel. She left the world as a historical statue. Immortal, that's you. This song I had to. As I vacuum the dirt, I gotta let it pass through. I sit and observe, picturing her, wishing I didn't miss who you were. Visiting Earth until I heard dry your eyes. Remember the sky on a quiet night, December and times flying by.
Dry your eyes, remember the sky on a quiet night. December and times flying by, surrender, cry your entire life, forever inside. Dry your eyes, remember the sky on a quiet night. December and times flying by, surrender, cry your entire life, forever inside.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I heard, okay? Check it.
We'll be back in just a moment, but first, this message.
Catches felonies on the melody.
Here's a word of advice.
Building on future development.
Get into your head like a metal plate.
I hear that you're only as good as your last phrase, so I stay sharp making my way through this vast maze. I keep my ambition locked in a glass cage, so no one can prevent me from stepping on that stage. Take your time, don't skip to the last page. You may miss a line that can help in this rap race. Everyone's in a rush to move at a fast pace, and therefore fail to create an exact taste. I used to wanna breathe, now I wanna grab space. A freestyle will put a smile on a sad face. Around these tracks I make the words on the pad race. They cross the finish line same time, no last place. Though this is fun, we still working on a cash base. So hit me up like Worthy on a fast break. I do my best to stay worthy of the past greats, and maybe what I make will be what others emulate.
Here's a word of advice. Never underestimate what I do.
Get into your head like a metal plate.
Never underestimate what
Check it.
What I do.
I'm where so many get inspired by the trouble they get in. For more reasons they should die than the reasons they should live. And me bringing it to them is only gonna make them proud of the reason why they have something I complain about. A lot of people who you meet are the same as before, who act as if the life is way more important than yours. Others quick to wanna tell you don't forget them at the top, but if they've never heard your record, well they play it if you're not. I celebrate the time that I put into a song, as others say you wouldn't play it even after I'm gone. As they put up another sign, the world is close to the end. And be a part of less to worry if there's money to spend. I'd rather rediscover me and keep myself from letting go of the microphone like no one's ever seen me with a flow. Turn advice on that my life wasn't meant for me to ruin, and to look me in the eye, you said you knew that I could do it.
Here's a word of advice. Never underestimate what I do.
They warn you about this kind of thing.
Get into your head like a metal plate.
Never underestimate what I do.
3 years of free shows, we roll the East Coast to feed souls with these flows, hoping to reach goals. But each road is posted with signs to keep closed. Persist through resistance, our stamina's lethal. Seen promoters with extravagant egos, mad cause at each show we smashing they peoples. The game's fishy as Nemo, I search for persons in clean clothes, keeping it peaceful. Wake up and breathe slow, flipping the dream mode to find different ways I can aid in my team's growth. I keep feeling like we close, but the helping hands that we reach for continue to be ghosts. I've been warned of the industry evils, but bet on my success till they do me like Pete Rose. If you don't see us coming, step back from your peepholes. Notice our scope encompasses the complete globe.
Here's a word of advice. Never underestimate what I do.
Get into your head like a metal plate.
Never underestimate what I do.
Catches felonies on the melody.
Here's a word of advice.
Building on future development.
Get into your head like a metal plate.
Sometimes I'd rather stay back when they used to activate. I'll elaborate, shoes didn't have a lace. When I gravitate, and it used to fascinate. I sat amazed, brain moving at a faster pace. This match was made before I learned to scratch the plate. I'm into Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, and Master Ace. Chuck D, Cool G Rap, just to name some greats. I was always quoting the lines that would decapitate. The world had to make space, so I'd have a place. Born the year after Curtis Blow dropped the brakes. It's at the time Blondie's rap sure came to pave. Treacherous 3 and Busy B at your face. That classic taste. Spoonie G a flash with crates. It's been 2 years of complaints. Rap's a waste. It won't last, and it'll just evaporate. While I'm ill at the age of spitting that patty cake. Till it was Soul Train every single Saturday. People sit from the street. You won't ever graduate. They're coming from the bad terrain. You scatterbrain. Be sorry and ashamed to even exaggerate. These crabs remain to advocate. When the crowd gathers late, I don't play like the cabaret. They gravitate towards full capacity. I crash the stage and no one can evacuate. But rap today's still in the state of masquerade. To me it's clear as a screen scene at a matinee. They tell me that's okay. Bury the hatchet frame while I sat and prayed I wasn't such a castaway. Naturally, if you really wanna clash with Jay, it's tragedy. No longer can procrastinate. These rattlesnakes affiliate after me, but I practice late for skills to catch my prey. You fabricate. I'm no saint, it's latter day, but apathy is just something to congratulate, and that's my case. So rapidly latch your gates, evaporate over beats that'll bash your face and gratulate. I watch rap dilapidate. So many fake ass tracks made this agitates the lack of faith when rap's such a massive state. Mad patch of grave cats and casualties, but I'ma tackle states, make it the last parade. They have to pay for decay in the anatomy of hip hop. What I bring is ready, is ready, is ready, is ready, is ready.
Now I'm a loyalist. Now I'm a loyalist.
Refusing to fall short of using my art form views with a hardcore intelligence. A gentleman, a rebel, and a soldier. Words put together for the elements and culture.
Now I'm a loyalist.
Refusing to fall short of using my art form views with a hardcore intelligence. A gentleman, a rebel, and a soldier. Words put together for the elements and culture. If you're distracted by plastic communication, overacted, let's put it out of fashion. There's Noah's Ark and water rapids. Seems everyone wants to be at a destination the fastest, to convince me that the world finds a journey so unattractive. In passing me away, it's felt I'm buried in a casket, thinking rap is only touching little kids like Michael Jackson. And you have to deal with the fact these cats have gotten massive. Well known for saying nothing isn't only Charlie Chaplin. Been lasting long enough to wound a media assassin. Worse than the teacher giving up on students in the classes. It can be bitter as you led a path unhappy. Now there's no telling where the path is gonna lead you exactly. I'll always be flies on the trapeze. I'm nasty, even with a budget of macaroni and Kraft cheese. I deal with any song though it was my last beat, and people watch me black out until my voice is raspy. Drying the sweat coming out of my pores. I serve this whole country the same as veterans of war. We won't be ignored by the metamorphosis of corporate sharks who tuck in their dorsal fins. A generation being taught the less fortunate, buying one house and stuck paying mortgages, while these children are in need to get bulletproof vested. And it's relaxing as a pack of cigarettes for breakfast. Worried another's on the verge to snap with enough heat to make the icebergs collapse. I'm the new breed of an MC with a message that'll get through to you if your phone's disconnected.
Now I'm a loyalist.
Refusing to fall short of using my art form views with a hardcore intelligence. A gentleman, a rebel, and a soldier. Words put together for the elements and culture.
Now I'm a loyalist.
Refusing to fall short of using my art form views with a hardcore intelligence. A gentleman, a rebel, and a soldier. Words put together for the elements and culture. And I chose this path even when it made curves. Same as rival gangs that don't want you on the same turf. Some may wonder how I've kept my stride, cause a dream meant to find isn't left behind. You never heard of me, you better search this thirst register. I've earned clever words, my turn, red alert. While rap's filled with using the same version of a track already made by another person. I'm not absorbing that morbid kind of torment, enormous as the storm in New Orleans. When your album doesn't top the charts and your spark of hip-hop's turning awfully dark, I'm relieving it, the meaningless ingredients to feed you with between the lips. I'm after those who pose theatrical with souls detachable for the cash to own. Not being famous will irritate a narcissist. I brush it off like my needle cartridges that always build to destroy, leave us in the freezer, then say we're next to rebuild when they're done the procedure. It's tragic as a frail chick saying she's in bad shape, taking pills advertised to give her a flat waist. We pass gates at airports in exchange for security to treat us all like we crash planes. I'm not afraid with a scrotum equipped to have others compare theirs to the size of a zit. I'm dedicated, involved, penetrating your skull, and nobody can see me as if I'm spraying the wall. I'm a loyalist, refusing to fall short of using my art form views with a hardcore intelligence. A gentleman, a rebel, and a soldier. Words put together for the elements and culture.
Now I'm a loyalist.
Refusing to fall short of using my art form views with a hardcore intelligence. A gentleman, a rebel, and a soldier. Words put together for the elements and culture. The elements and culture. The elements and culture. The elements and culture. The elements and culture.
Now I'm a loyalist.
We're not selling our words, we're selling ourselves. Lost in our past, lost in each other, found goddess. I have my heart on my sleeve.
Now I'm a loyalist.
We're not selling our words, we're selling ourselves. Lost in our past, lost in our past, lost in each other, found goddess. Each other, found goddess.
Now I'm a loyalist.
Loyalists.
Planet Asia.
You know what I'm saying? This is punch you in your face style. Make trial and bail out on you. We here for the mail. The guards came to sell out on you. Uniform chunky, medallions the Iranian, Palestinian rhyme uranium, stock market and moolah. You shouldn't fool with a true one, get your jewels up. And I ain't talking about what's on your neck, chump. It's on again, we back to cooking. In the kitchen, palms itching, fettuccine fiends, it's crack, we pushing. Relax like a Mac with stacks and gats in the cushion. It's MOP, we take money over pussy, get your wig cut. Fucking with us, so don't push me. Be at your doorstep with 100 niggas in goofy, yeah. Life is good and bad, up and down, but fuck it though. I'm just trying to get over and make some fucking dough. And for the cash, I'ma cut your throat. And some get none, some watch it all go up in smoke.
Coming right and exact on any MC. We here, so beware, prepare for the throwdown. Watch how we go down. Coming right and exact on any MC. We here, so beware, prepare for the throwdown. Watch how we go down.
I was told I'd have to cope at home on the open road, so I enjoy my own company whenever I'm alone. It can shed the kind of tears capable to mature of finding worms after the rainfall on top of the earth. I've had enough of it's whether I'm paid to entertain or when I'm made for each other as steak and Chardonnay. I'm outnumbered by the glamour and the financial advantages that could turn the worst looking man into the handsomest. But when I'm hungry with the rumble in my stomach, only thing that anyone is really kicking is the bucket. I started rapping while a lot of songs and catalogs didn't only have me dozing off with no pajamas on. The long-awaited third version in my will to redefine ill is drilling every line until the rhyme becomes a minefield. Get a load of me as though you're holding ovaries. I went from merely using the headphones to speaking poetry, to remembering how many were recruited by this group of 3 individuals who formed a union, moving at a speed which isn't always easily perceived, like computer animations on the screen in Japanese. Please try gripping the system, how I deliver this, to mimic or reproduce the images I've exhibited, configured by my vision in rhythm with no equivalence. I'll finish your ambition to discontinue a lyricist.
Coming right and exact on any MC. We here, so beware, prepare for the throwdown. Watch how we go down. Coming right and exact on any MC. We here, so beware, prepare for the throwdown. Watch how we go down. Coming right and exact on any MC. We here, so beware, prepare for the throwdown. Watch how we go down. This is it. Told the package. Keep them guessing.
My thought patterns are deep. My thought patterns are deep. So many miles from home, grabbing everything I own with a pile of clothes to use microphones and inspire your dome. I'm waking in the morning, put my head on strong, then I'm gone, searching for a dead-end job. The bread is all enough to keep the pen involved. For the time to get lost in the sentence toss, waiting to blow. Suppose I'm in a dangerous hole every single day in a row. It could be able to grow. Paper is low. Many can relate to me though, except they really don't have an unmistakable flow that's alive. The first minute I find your earth spinning. Learn that my vision defies the worst critics. Provide the words vivid, design and verse with it. I shine, deserve living the ride, a verse given. Some might even say I need professional help, because they've always only felt I'm disrespecting myself without a check in the mail for most consecutive sales. Expecting I'm gonna bail at this desolate trail, not being sure how many years I will take anymore. Has formed towards the core of my spirit before. It's monkey business, I'm not a Curious George. You can save your crown of thorns when a hair was born for real.
Rebel to the grain, there's no way to barricade me.
Had both feet in this game from day one.
Rebel to the grain, there's no way to barricade me.
Tell truth to the nation.
Rebel to the grain, there's no way to barricade me.
Had both feet in this game from day one.
Rebel to the grain, there's no way to barricade me.
Watch when I flip.
That hasn't ever became a constant delay. It's something to say was fought, hit escape and figure out ways to accomplish the maze. Top up my brain straight onto the page. I shouldn't say that I'm a starving artist, and some others talk to themselves in an argument with a shopping cart looking through the garbages while I find where the key to my apartment is. I achieve by unique style varieties, collide to feed off our society, and I eat so many rappers a smile release. Might even have a piece stuck inside my teeth. It began as a young kid, sold my cassettes, put it in the tape deck and broke their reject. Vocals possessed but show my finesse. Emotions projected, no kind of rest. To put you in a trance with anthems I give. I live for the chance in advancing my win. B-boy stands and grand this slant in my chin. Dreams of a pool by the mansion to swim as I'm beating the odds, stampeding along, receiving applause from overseeing and beyond. The recipe to evolve is have you screaming the song. Give me a hand like a psychic is reading your palm. Come on.
Rebel to the grain, there's no way to barricade me.
Had both feet in this game from day one.
Rebel to the grain, there's no way to barricade me.
Tell truth to the nation.
Rebel to the grain, there's no way to barricade me.
Had both feet in this game from day one.
Rebel to the grain, there's no way to barricade me.
Watch when I flip.
It's a crazy path filled with maniacs who navigate life with the anchor snapped. And I'm unpredictable, I'm nature's wrath. The toast as if everyone raised a glass. I've kept my composure alone, now you vamp for holding your breath. The total suspense, make your head nod and throw out your neck directly. Your dear opponents get left. Holding the chrome is a pedophile, I'm swift to untie your mitts off the child at risk. Fuck with me, you attempt to survive a cliff with the doors locked, trying to ghost ride the whip. Yeah, I'm tired of the mainstream drama between these artists who start beef in the marketing scheme. Seems all they stand up for is comic relief. The government control, they're a lot of deceit. A teenager can't read, but the fortune and fame will have him wishing at the jewelry store picking the chain. Rats found a new way to make you afraid. If the shows aren't even worth the admission you paid. So my back's not against where our poster is hung. Like I am what I said I would never become. The albums have progressed while I'm over the drum, pulling the rugs from under the disposable ones. I just begun.
Rebel to the grain, there's no way to barricade me.
Had both feet in this game from day one.
Rebel to the grain, there's no way to barricade me.
Watch when I flip.
Rebel to the grain, there's no way to barricade me.
Had both feet in this game from day one.
Rebel to the grain, there's no way to barricade me.
Watch when I flip. Watch when I flip. Tell truth to the nation.
Rebel to the grain, there's no way to barricade me.